What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a Heart's Desire reading for the sign of Cancer, okay? Cancer, you guys are third this week on the Zodiac lineup. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So, take what resonates and pass the rest to the next, okay? So, Cancer, if you haven't had the chance, check out your monthly manifestation. That will assist you in everything that's going on for the month of February if you are trying to organize yourself and get yourself organized going into the year of things that you are trying to obtain for yourself. Because this is the last reading for your sign this month, okay? I won't see you guys again until March, and so hopefully this reading or any of the others that have been released so far will be helpful to you, okay? Unless you have a birth chart placement which is very important to you, you can maybe go and look at one of the subcategory readings that I have in or on my channel, looking through the playlist, and whatever energetically guides you, okay? So, with that being said, this reading is pretty much pertaining to matters of the heart, what truly is in your heart's desire, okay? We have 4 decks. The first row is pretty much your main line, and then the second row will be the clarifiers, okay? So, we're going to go ahead and shuffle for Cancer right now. These readings are meant to be for this go-round is Sun, Moon, and Venus sign placements, okay? If this reading does not resonate for you, please be advised that you could have another sign that has Cancer in a placement that is important to them, and their energy possibly has taken over your reading, okay? Sometimes parts of the reading may resonate with you, which is the reason for the oracle cards, okay? So that way everyone can get a little bit of a message as they need to, okay, Cancer? So, we shuffled the deck by 3. I'm going to cut by 3. We're going to look at 3 different types of energy for you, Cancer. Past, present, past, and future, okay? So one from the top is for your present energy. One from the bottom is for your past energy. And one energetically from the middle. And I think I'm going to go with this one here. And kind of trying to get to the right one. There we go. Which is for your future energy. And then we'll look at the bottom of the deck momentarily to see what the overall outcome is of this top row. Okay? So, let's get into it for you, Cancer, to see what is in the present energy for you. And it is the Hermit, okay? The Hermit. We have a person standing alone here, kind of in a box, looking towards a window, but there's nothing to see, okay? Standing with their back facing, all right? With a transparent kind of veil on, okay? It's a woman. She has a bun, all right? With the Hermit, which is Virgo energy, okay? Virgo has a tendency of doing that, putting themselves in some form of isolation, okay? Maybe you just need to be to yourself for a moment, or maybe you've been left in isolation by someone in particular, okay? We're not going to dive too deep into that. That's what we'll use the clarifiers for. All right. Let's look at this past energy for you, Cancer. We have the Fool. Okay. So far, major arcana is showing out in your reading. Okay. So the Fool, in the past, you took a leap of faith, possibly, either with someone or in regards to something. Of course, as customary to the Fool, we have someone on a ledge holding a rose that's kind of like blue, but for some reason I'm feeling like glass. Okay, so I don't know why, but it's like this broken glass kind of vibe, in the sense of, in case of emergency, break open glass kind of vibe. Okay, I feel like this has happened before. Maybe in the past you've experienced deja vu, Cancer, on something. Not sure what exactly, maybe of glass breaking, or maybe some kind of dream that you had associated to it. But in the past, you took a leap of faith, maybe, like I said, on someone or something. And now in present, you're now in isolation for something, okay? Maybe you spoke on something too soon in the past that has now caused present you to be in isolation for it, okay? Or, you know, trying to avoid something, okay? But again, something obviously ended up coming into light. But again, clarification's coming. Now, for future, we have the Knight of Pentacles, okay? Knight of Pentacles, earth energy here, okay? So this Knight of Pentacles, as I lay it down in the future placement, is kind of looking over at this Fool energy, okay? Maybe you took a chance or wanted someone to take a chance on you. Again, the leap of faith is what the Fool is for. It's not what most people think of someone playing the Fool for someone. That would be too obvious, okay? But the Fool is about taking risk, okay? So possibly an offer of some sort with this Knight of Pentacles. It's not a page. A page of Pentacles is very small. A Knight of Pentacles offers just a little bit more value in a way, but is still, with this this deck, it still feels kind of lazy, okay, or very shallow in a way, Cancer. So future placement of maybe trying to go back to this person, or maybe you've isolated someone for some reason, okay, that took a chance on you in the past, and now you're trying to offer something to make them feel like they can maybe trust you again, or still, you know, coerce with you in a way, okay? Now, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck for you, Cancer, for the overall outcome. And it's the Strength card, okay? Strength is Leo energy, okay? Now, Leo is in group 1 with you as well, and was the sign before you, okay? So I don't know whether or not if you are doing any cross-watching energy on a Leo. Again, I have said it a couple of times on here within the past couple of months and recently, to avoid cross-watching at all costs, because it can, you know, cause some things to backfire, okay? Especially if you're being mischievous with your energy, okay? But it's going to take a lot of strength, okay, for someone, or again, like I said, it's an honorable mention. You could have Leo in your chart, but I really think it's a person, okay, that has either is a Leo or has Leo in their chart somewhere that is an important placement, okay? In my personal opinion, spiritually, the most important placements in a birth chart, if you're wondering, is going to be the sun and rising, the moon, Venus, 7th house, and 11th house, okay? Those, in my opinion, are the 5 most important placements in a birth chart. For yourself to know who self is, and really, the 7th house is the biggest one, in my opinion. That's the most important, okay? Because it deals with relationships and contracts, okay? Which still means platonic friends and even, you know, romantic relationships, on how you deal with things, okay? And how you are in business, okay? Really important. I found that out by looking at my own birth chart, and it was very insightful. Really gave a real understanding of who I am as a person, especially even with career. If you're kind of focused on that, it kind of helps with that as well. But nonetheless, we do have Strength card coming up here, okay? So you've got 3 arcanas here, okay? And so very big energy in the sense of maybe things changing or big impacts in your spread, all right? So someone's going to have the strength, either need the strength to either walk away from you or not get tied into things, or you with someone else, okay? Get in where you fit in. We'll dive deeper into this with the clarifiers using the Muse here. Let's clarify for Cancer. Let's clarify for Cancer. Okay, one last shuffle here, which we have the 8 of Inspiration, which is the 8 of Wands, and the 3 of Wands as well, okay? So 8 of Wands, some form of movement, okay? With the 3 of Wands, needing to set a foundation of where it is or waiting for something to transpire, okay? Possibly while being in isolation, okay? It's like waiting for movement and then movement happening, okay? Or constantly someone waiting for some form of transition within the relationship, okay? So let's see, doing the same thing. 1 from the top, which is for the Hermit. 1 from the bottom, which is for the Fool. And 1 energetically from the middle, okay, I'm leaning towards this one here, trying to get to it though, okay, feeling a change, gotta reset, energy all over the place for you guys, Cancer. Okay, reset and going with this one. All right, for the Knight of Pentacles. We'll flip to the bottom of the deck momentarily to see what is clarifying the Strength card, okay? So let's clarify this present energy. The Hermit is being clarified by the 9 of Inspiration, okay? So Wands energy, before we finished shuffling the deck for your clarifiers, the 9 of Inspiration talks about blockage of some sort, okay? So presently someone is blocked, okay? Whether blocked in the sense of communication, or wanting to accept things as they are with the situation, as far as not wanting to be isolated, but being that. This person is in the desert, this orange dress kind of flowing, and you have 2 standing monuments behind, but there is this kind of like a canyon, if you will, behind this person, where it did eventually lead to kind of like a trail, like an open trail that leads to a desert. Almost, I get this sense of concave, if you will, okay, behind this person in this card. All right, so I'm going to hold it up for you guys so you can see. It's beautiful imagery. Like I said, you can kind of see the pathway behind them, but it's this transparent, almost like dust, if you will, and then the canyons being above. And again, just this feeling of concave, things coming, you know, almost kind of claustrophobic in a sense, of things closing in. Maybe closing in the sense of making sense about something, and again, feeling blocked because something has transpired. Again, I keep saying something because I cannot read it, okay? As far as the energy, it is hard to read. So there could be some moon energy of some sort. Pisces is the moon, or is the sign associated with the moon. So there's a lot of Pisces energy over this reading. I'm not going to stay in this, but basically someone has blocked someone from seeing, okay? And has put someone in isolation. Again, either you or you put someone in isolation, okay? Now, the Fool is being clarified by the Two of Voices, which is the Two of Swords, okay? So in the past, Two of Swords is usually talking about being indecisive, okay? Someone was willing to take a risk in the past and then became indecisive. Possibly, I feel like a recent past, okay, is possibly became indecisive about someone willing to take a risk, but maybe taking the time to say, you know what, I don't believe in this person, okay, and not really willing to. Maybe something had to be said in between this indecisiveness for them to still take a chance on you, which then led to some form of isolation, okay, or vice versa. Get in where you fit in, because I cannot pinpoint it, okay? So there could be something transpiring now that is kind of keeping me from seeing what's going on, all right? And it's not that I'm trying to see what's going on, it's just the point of reading energy, okay? If the energy is not there to read, then I can only say what I'm feeling from the cards, okay? And pretty much intuitively reading the cards and what may be going on here. So again, you have this Two of Voices where someone is kind of torn. You have these two women here that are kind of like their hair pulling from each other in two different ways. An X in between them, a pathway underneath with a person walking towards an open doorway, okay? But they're a slight distance away from it, all right? So again, like I said, the Two of Swords is always talking about being indecisive, and it could be being indecisive. Again, this is air energy, which is Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, possibly indecisive over someone's words, okay? In the sense of whether or not if they can believe in your words or not, okay? And slow to take a risk in the past, okay? Which means testing to see if a person, which had came up in your All My Love reading about testing someone's loyalty, or, you know, digging to see if they're really the one, okay? They've probably shown you in multiple ways that they are, but for some reason, maybe it's someone in particular that you have to block them because maybe they're a little crazy, or vice versa, whatever the case may be, okay? Again, I cannot pinpoint it if it's you or the other person, okay? Now, we have the Knight of Pentacles with the Two of Emotions, okay? Two of Emotions, which is Two of Cups. A heart-to-heart. Maybe with this Pentacles, you're offering a conversation in the future, okay? Possibly if you isolated someone, you are offering an explanation, or if someone isolated you and blocked you, you're offering, or maybe you see them out and about and you offer the ability to talk. Whether or not this person takes you up on it, they will need to have the strength to have the conversation, okay? Because it may lead to a situation of maybe something transpiring that someone it's hard to forgive in a way. And you're going to have to possibly have the strength to have the conversation, Cancer, again, or vice versa, okay? Someone is going to have the strength to approach someone after a conversation transpires. I don't see a lot of like negative energy or conflicting energy. So it's kind of hard to say that it's going to be something that's going to be like a very heated conversation. But the only thing that gives me that vibe is the 9 of Wands, okay? Which is a wounded warrior in the sense of, and then isolation. That's it. This present energy is all that I'm getting in the sense of a possible strength to have a conversation, okay? So at the bottom of the deck is the Page of Materials, okay? Which would be the Page of Pentacles, clarifying this strength card, okay? 6 of Cups underneath that, which is talking about sharing emotions, okay? So a small offer and someone's going to have the strength, need the strength, maybe not a lot or not a very big offer, again, of conversation, okay? Of even confronting and trying to share emotions in the sense of really coming off genuine, because there is this rose in the Page of Materials here. And so it's a kind of like a pink or peach colored rose that I'm seeing in this card, okay? Now, I will say under this Page of Pentacles is the 7 of Voices, okay? The 7 of Voices. 7 of Voices is 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords is talking about cleanup, okay? So someone's going to have to clean up basically maybe what they said, being air associated with sword energy, okay? So someone's going to need some strength to have a conversation that they probably don't want to have, or explain themselves for some words that they said that, again, can't be taken back, okay? So that is pretty much all that I can gather from your reading right now with this spread. Again, may not resonate with you, and that's fine. We'll get back to you in March, okay? You can always go and look at some of your past energy, and that may resonate with you. But until then, you know, do what you have to do, okay? So, that being said, we're going to get into the Heart Oracle here to see what is to come, or the final decision towards the situation, okay, for you, Cancer, okay? What is to come, or the final decision for Cancer? One last shuffle here. What is to come, or the final decision for Cancer? We're going to go ahead and split the deck here by 3s. And we're going directly to the bottom of the deck. Your card is, what did I say about waiting for something? All right. When we were shuffling the second deck here, I don't know why I'm feeling like I'm losing my words. 7 is the number here, meaning inner strength, okay? Awaiting results. You have this person here, this woman, that's standing between 2 bushes. But I feel like I want to say trees, but she's like taller than them. And she doesn't really have legs, but she does have roots climbing up her dress. And it's leading to like a golden fruit at the heart space, okay? And so I feel like, and then there's like this gold at the roots, a little bit of orange mixed in, or maybe yellow and orange in the sense of solar plexus and sacral chakra. But deeply rooted desires of the heart and awaiting results in some way. It kind of gives me the vibe of the 7 of Pentacles in a way. putting forth a lot of effort and waiting for something to harvest, in the sense of the Seven of Pentacles. A lot of history with something or someone and looking for it to blossom in some way. So we're going to go into the book with awaiting results. We're going to go to page 89. Okay. And so it says your keywords are patience, assessment, outcome, alternatives. You've put much energy into creating and attracting the relationships you desire and are eager to see positive results. Patience is needed, however. Reshaping attitudes and beliefs takes time. Refining yourself so that you'll attract just the right person is a process. If you find yourself becoming frustrated at the apparent lack of visible change, step back and focus on something other than your relationships for a while. When you're feeling more detached, you'll be in a better position to notice any improvements. If you've invested enough time, then take a moment to evaluate your progress. Are your efforts bearing fruit? Are you seeing the desired changes in your interactions with others? If yes, excellent, carry on. If not, it may be time to shift your approach. Look for alternative strategies to affect the change you desire. What works with one person may not work with another. When working on yourself, be sure that you're being true to who you are and not simply following society's formula for relationships. Formula being in quotes, okay? Make sure you are being true to who you are and not simply following society's formula for relationships, okay? So I think the key point for me that's sticking out the most is that what works on one will not work on another. I kind of hit on that a little bit in your All My Love reading, in the sense of whatever it is that you may be doing, Cancer, is not working on the person in which you're trying to, manipulate in a way. If that's what you're doing, that person can see right through what it is, okay? And so they're either going to do you on you, or they're going to, isolate themselves and kind of walk away for a little bit, okay? Or you may, in the sense of someone else doing it. Again, I can't pinpoint who's doing it. So that might mean that both of you are, you and your person, okay? So with that being said, we're going to get into the power of surrender for your message of support for Cancer. This does not have a book. The message is directly on the cards. They're very insightful messages directed at, a lot of behavioral traits that we need to try to surrender to in order for us to have or be our better selves, okay? So trying to shuffle here. There's some issues, Cancer. Whenever I can't shuffle clearly on a deck, there are some issues going on in the collective in the midst of the reading, okay? Last shuffle here for Cancer, power of surrender. We're going to go ahead and cut the deck by 3. And we're going to go to the bottom of the deck to see what your message of support is. Surrender to rest and sleep. Surrender to rest and sleep. Maybe you've been going hard in a relationship. Maybe you need a break. For the rest of you, you could be just, as far as career goes, you could just be really tired and mentally you need some rest, okay? So surrender to rest and sleep says to prevent burnout, Slow down, honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. That's for someone, okay? Um, I know that's crazy to come at the end of all of this energy, but like I said at the beginning, someone else's energy is taking over the Cancer collective. And so this, slight message is all that I can provide to you all, if it resonates, okay? In regards to burnout, I will say you could possibly have Pisces in your chart somewhere, okay? That's important to you. Could be 7th or 11th house. It could be 3rd or 6th house, okay? But if you have Pisces somewhere in there, then you may want to check out a different Pisces reading associated with probably the right here and now, or could be possibly, I don't want to say the monthly manifestation, but it could possibly be that in previous Heart's Desire readings in regards to burnout, okay? I always get on Pisces about, resting. And so that is the biggest thing our bodies need, Cancers. I will say that up underneath this 7, I'll bring it up now. That teach was up underneath number 5. And so for some of you, if you are teachers, hopefully you have some kind of planning day or something that will allow you to get some rest. So that way you can provide lessons to your students in some way, and truly appreciate your service and what you do for our children out here. Okay, I don't have any, but I truly appreciate you. You are truly strong people, in my opinion, if you are a teacher. Okay, so hopefully there is something else for you guys, Cancer, that would be helpful. Maybe a energy shout out, or like I said, some of the other readings that I have. Again, if you're a spiritualist, whatever truly energetically guides you. Okay, so until then, Cancer, I will see you guys in March. Peace.